Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Life Under the Moon. I am your host, Sammy B, and today's episode is really special because it is my last episode as a 20-something-year-old. Yes, that's right. I turn 30 in 3 days, and I'm going to dedicate this episode to birthdays and what they mean and the significance of birthdays and what they mean to me and what I feel like we should all keep in mind and consider when we are turning another age. Because I don't know about you, but most people I know do not enjoy celebrating their birthday. It's just not their thing. I think that's what society wants us to believe, is to not be excited to celebrate our birthday, to not be excited to age up, and to not enjoy life. But I think society is wrong. I was raised to celebrate life and enjoy being 1 year older. And the more I age and the more I grow and the more I get older, the more I realize that there's so much more behind it than just celebrating a birthday. It's about celebrating your accomplishments. It's about celebrating life. It's about celebrating who you are on this earth in this timeline. And I think that that is something that we should always celebrate. So I know a lot of people like to hide their birthdays because they're scared of people finding out their age or they just don't want attention. And I understand that. But when people want to celebrate you because they appreciate you, let them. Don't push them away. It just doesn't make any sense to not allow somebody to show their appreciation towards you. So for your next birthday, I want you to take this into consideration and keep this in mind that you are 1 year older, and that's 1 year of accomplishments and goals and dreams and wishes and everything that you lived and the memories that you made and the adventures that you were on. That is 1 year. And just wait until the next and the next and the next. One of the biggest things I think of when it comes to birthdays is I made it to 30. And some people don't. Over the past 2 months, I think, I severely injured myself and I could very easily not be sitting here talking to you guys because of how serious the accident was. I fell down from my bedroom loft, which was 7 feet. And that might not sound like a lot to you, but I don't think you would want to jump 7 feet from somewhere. And the way I fell, I can tell you one thing, religion or not, I had angels guiding me down to the floor because there was no way I fell the way I did without angels. And they protected me and they kept me safe. And they kept me alive. And I am so grateful for even just sitting here being with you guys. And I am so grateful that I got another chance to be a part of this magical world. That's why I do like to say that, yeah, I'm turning 30, but at least I made it this far. Because some people don't. And to be honest, I've had some pretty close calls, especially the last month or two. So sometimes when I have people around me say, oh yeah, it's my birthday, blah, 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 I'm not excited, I wish nobody knew about it, blah, 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 can't believe I'm turning 36, blah, blah, blah. You know what I tell them? I say, at least you're turning 36, because some people don't get that chance. And every single time I say that, their opinion turns around a little bit. I'm not saying you have to go out and celebrate and party for your birthday, but I want you to take a second to be grateful with yourself. Sit with yourself and congratulate yourself that you have made it, say, 37 years on this planet, this crazy, busy, fast-paced, dangerous, beautiful planet. You've made it that far. So be grateful for the time that you have spent here on Earth, because this time is very precious and we don't know when our last day is going to be. So I want you to celebrate. Even if it's not your birthday, I want you to take a minute to celebrate where you are right now, whether you're listening to this in a car or at work or on a walk or just sitting down listening to this podcast. I want you to take a second, just take a breath and say thank you to the universe for just being here. I am so incredibly grateful that I have had the opportunity and magical experience of making it to 30 years old. Even though it's 3 days from now, we're going to knock on some wood just to make sure that I make it to 30. But I am so proud to be here in front of you guys. That is the topic I wanted to discuss with you guys today on this beautiful full moon in Sagittarius, which, fun fact, Sagittarius is my moon sign. So for any of you who may have Sagittarius as some of your astrological guidance, this one's for you. As a Sagittarius moon, you have an intellectual curiosity that drives you to boldly take on new and unknown challenges, which, let me just point out here, that is the theme of this full moon. It's about expansion. It's about exploring, adventuring, becoming who you truly are in the biggest way possible, internally and externally. You constantly strive to overcome your personal limitations and attain a lifestyle that is superior and further ahead of where you are now. Your moon sign, so this is for anyone who has this as a moon sign, represents expansion. Hey, look at that. That's what this full moon's all about. So be careful not to confine yourself to a world that is too narrow for you. Again, this is talking about how the world expects you to be sad about your birthday, to be upset you're aging again. You're one step closer to death. Well, the truth is, you're one step closer to celebrating another day. Your source of income will grow by focusing on taking what you already have and widening its reach to appeal to a larger audience. For you, the best course of action is to first secure a solid income source and then go after the next target. You were born with the spirit of a hunter, so go after roles that allow you to move freely toward your goal. I don't know if any of you can relate to that. Maybe if you have Sagittarius as your rising sign, your sun sign, or perhaps your moon sign like I do. This is more than accurate to me, and it's kind of scary accurate if you ask me. It also says, when making a difficult choice, go for the one with a greater potential. But I would contradict that and say, go for the choice that your gut and your heart tells you to. Basically, always follow your instincts. And if your instincts sometimes don't chirp in, because there are times when you ask your instincts something and they don't have an answer. You can go one way or another, and this doesn't really matter which way you choose. It's your choice. That's when I would say go with the one with a greater potential. But otherwise, always follow your instincts no matter what. And if the greater potential is not the right choice, meaning your instincts tell you not to do it, don't do it. While we're on the topic of this, I wanted to share a little story that I randomly thought of this morning, which kind of plays into this. I had my car broken into quite a few years ago, and I was devastated. I felt so violated. My privacy was violated. I can't explain to you how awful the feeling was. I completely lost it. I was so upset. They smashed my passenger side window, and it was really hard to find a window for that car because it was such a rare vehicle that they don't really make windows for it. So I actually had to get a used one from a completely different city, like 5 hours away. And they had to ship it here, and it was like a couple $100, and it was just money that I didn't want to spend on that. And not only was it expensive and a hassle and a pain in the butt because I'd have to, tape the window shut with a paper bag or a plastic bag because I didn't want, obviously, people or things getting into my car. But just the fact that somebody violated my personal space and took things from me was just a horrible feeling. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because I took that car to a body shop to get the window fixed. So what happened with this situation was this auto body shop recommended my architecture services to a car dealership who has used me for, I believe, 3 projects now to draft plans for them, which has gained me a heck of a lot more money than what it took to fix my window. So basically what I'm trying to say is a very hard and, pardon my French, shitty situation. As hard as that was, I actually came out ahead. Like, really ahead. If it wasn't for my window being smashed, I wouldn't have gone to that body shop, which means I wouldn't have talked to the owner, which means he wouldn't have recommended me to the car dealership because we wouldn't have had that discussion. And we just so happened to have the discussion that I draft for a living, that I create blueprints and drawings, and I am an architectural technologist. And because of that conversation of them fixing my broken window, I was recommended to a car dealership who has used my services multiple times with obviously multiple invoices. The reason why I'm explaining this story is because sometimes bad things happen for good things to come. And I know it's hard to think that sometimes because we may lose people or pets, and I do believe that that is probably the worst thing that anyone could lose, is something irreplaceable. But if you're going through a situation right now where maybe you lost your house due to a fire, or maybe somebody stole something from you, or maybe you're just going through a really hard time, but I want you to know that difficult situations happen sometimes to make better things come. And if it wasn't for that bad thing to happen, I wouldn't be where I am today. Like I said, I came out more than ahead, especially financial wise, which is something I never thought would happen. So I want you guys to remember that story. So the next time something really difficult happens, just remember that the universe always has your back, and you don't ever have to worry about it not being there for you, because it is. You are never, ever alone. It's always there. And sometimes all you have to do is ask for help or just say thank you. We're at the end of the show where we take a listener's wish and we make their wish come true by all of us manifesting together. So today we are going to take my wish and we are going to wish Sammy B the happiest 30th birthday that she could possibly have. And may all of her 30th birthday dreams and wishes come true. May she grow and adventure like she's never adventured before. So please leave a comment below for your wish or dream or goal so that us as a community can manifest together to help your dream life come true. Now, with that being said, let's go manifest our dreams with our life under the moon. I will see you next 2 weeks for the new moon.